Okay, so today I'm gonna tie up a very useful little nymph, just a very simple fly to tie, and it's a hot-headed, orange hot-headed nymph. Now, got one here I've quickly tied up before, and as you can see, it's a lovely little nymph. And it's good for trout and grayling and good for coloured water conditions. Very simple. So what we're going to need today, the hook that I'm going to tie on is the fully mill check nymph, size 14. The bead is a 2.5 mil orange tungsten bead, countersunk. We're going to need a little bit of red wire, a bit of mirage tinsel, medium, and some black light bright dubbing. And the thread is uni thread 8/0, and that's black. Okay, so catch the thread on, or whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm going to have to rush this one a little bit because I'm going to have to order my food. So, build up here, Saturday night and takeaway night. Right, so where is the red wire? And of course, because we've got little kids, little lovely monsters, we can't I'm going to get it now or later, but it's probably best in about, we normally get it about 5:30. Right, so red wire straight in there. Oh, get this in. I've done this 1,000 times, and then because I've got a camera on. Alright, so we're just chopping that wire in and then running the thread back down. Again, catching the wire in as we go, and we're just going to get just beyond the bend. Well, just about there. That's as far as we need to go with that. Work the thread back up, and then quite quickly, and we're just going to build a little bit of a taper here. Okay, you can see we've already got the foundation just near the head, and we're just going to build this thread back. Not too big of a taper, we don't want a gigantic fly. And we're just going to keep winding that thread up and down. And it's guesswork really, you're just doing it off your own eye. There's no regulation to it, we're just building up. And that's near enough there. That'll do. Come back down with the thread now. It is a real quick and easy, simple fly, but really good. It's definitely one that you want in your box. Okay, so with the light bright dubbing, we're going to take a pinch of that off. I'm just going to add it and twist on. And we're going to make quite a decent sized rope with this. Not majorly thick, but good enough. You see? And then push that up just to where it meets, the thread meets the hook. Then we're going to, without trying to hit the camera actually, we're just going to wind forward. As you do this now, if you just pull this back now, it's trapped in now. That dubbing's trapped in, and we can, he says, and we can just wind forward. As we go up, just pull the dubbing towards you a little bit and turn it. Okay. Again, we want some fibres. We want fibres to be sticking off this, you see. Do the same again. Just working our way up the hook shank. Now, all the way up, well, not all the way up, line will be about 6 mil behind, because just in there, we're going to add our little flashback. Now, that looks pretty good. and just tidy this little area up. And we're going to come up with our wire. We're going to rib the fly. We'll just trim off these for now because we don't want these to be getting in the way of the ribbing. And we're just going to do 5 turns, forward turns, going up the hook shank, open turns with our wire. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and we're just going to come underneath now and forward, and we're going to tie that down now with our thread and lock it in, lock that rib in. If you tie down quite hard here, we just want that, we don't want that rib to move now. And then we'll break the wire off. Don't do it with your scissors, very simply just gently twist and pull, and the wire will break away. Alright, so just tidy this one just a little bit, just get these little bits. Doesn't matter because we're going to have a sweeping hackle here in a minute. So now, a small piece of our medium UV mirage tinsel. Don't forget that size is medium. Now move the fly around, and when you put this in, just make sure, just tie it in like that, and then just make sure that the fly is level. Sorry, the tinsel's level. It's coming straight down the centre of the back of the hook. So just catching that in. Now again, as I say, you can just hold that tinsel just back out of the way, and then a couple of turns up. Don't do too many turns here. Look, if you do put too many layers on there, you want to leave that lower because we're going to build up on that when we finish the fly off. If it was to fill that in now, then we'd be coming right up and over the bead, you know, to tie off with. So we don't want to do that. Work back. Now, light bright dubbing again, black, just jet black. I'm going to get this, and we're going to keep this quite loose now. Okay, we're going to twist it on, but you see it's quite loose. Got a bit of purple in there somehow. An invasion of purple. Don't worry. Now we're just going to wrap forward. Just fill that little area up there. Okay. Any excess, just pull it off. Just take it away there. And then pull these fibres back out of the way. Now, very simple, as I say. Pull these fibres back and then come over now with our flashback. Over with the flashback, just lock it in. Make sure it's level. That looks good to me. Couple of tight turns there. And then snip off. Now, before we do anything else with the fly, we're just going to make sure it's all secure. And we're just going to do a 3-turned whip finish there, going backwards. Okay, so that's great. That's fine, that's not going anywhere now. Grab these fibres and just trim them out a little bit. Not too much because we want a few sticking out, but just here we'll just trim them down. Just trim them a little bit, but we want as I say, we want a few fibres coming off it. Okay, now that looks pretty good. At this point now, again, we're not using any other dubbings or anything. We're just going to get a little bit more, a tiny little bit now of our black, jet black, light bright dubbing. That's far too much. Just a little thin bit, and we'll move that up. You see? Move that up the hook shank, up the thread, and then we're going to whip finish again. Just 3 turns, 2, 3, and that is our fly. Now just add a little bit of varnish. I use clear varnish. I'll do that. Just a little drop there. Just a little couple of drops. You can put that on just like that. And that is your little hot-headed flashback river nymph, and it'll catch you a lot of fish all year round. It'll catch grayling, trout, the same, everything. So it's a great little pattern. Very quick, easy tie. Definitely another one for the box.